So I'm ready to pull up anchor. I've got microphones on, I've got Zoleo tracking, all the charts are tracking, got binoculars, I got the camera. I just need to pull anchor. So here we go. And hopefully this will be an easy pull. It looked like, pretty much a muddy bottoms. It should be. One of these times I should put the camera up here, I guess, while I'm pulling this. I can see the chain down there, so it's not too soupy. Not coming up yet. Suction, I suppose. Mosquitoes are really bad in this place. Well, I shouldn't have to use the motor, but maybe. It appears I will have to use the motor, break it loose. For those that suggest that I have a windlass, this is an argument for it. But I have no place to put it, so it broke loose, I think, so just need to pull it up. Yeah, looks like there's a log down there maybe that I got caught underneath. Yeah, a little mud on it, but I will let it be. It's not that bad. So anchor's aboard, we're ready to go. Go out towards the middle and work our way out from here. 7.5 feet here. It was pretty much 8 feet. There's a little breeze already, but hopefully that won't be a serious factor. We'll go right. Motor's all the way down. Sun is brightly shining. We're taking off at about 8:34 in the early morning. Well, not that early, but I could have gone easily a couple hours ago. I usually spend my mornings doing some study, reading, Bible reading, and prayer time, and then also reading out of a faith-related book. I always enjoy those morning times. It's one of the reasons the boat is called Shanty Sanctuary. Time to be with the Lord in the morning before heading out. Mosquitoes were definitely trying to chase me out of there because it was a bad spot for mosquitoes. All right, it looks like we're tracking well. Camera's working okay. That's on. That's on. I could get that a little bit better squared away though, I think. All right, we should be getting into deep water already. Only going about 6 miles, trying to beat the wind here. The wind is going to pick up this afternoon again. Hopefully I can find a good anchorage. Beautiful cliffs, a little resort. The only resort on the lake that I know of is just down here about a mile. Question is whether I can get under the bridge down here or not. There's no published height that I could find. I did a little searching but never could find a published height. So I'm hoping that there will be enough clearance for me to get under the bridge without trouble. Feels a little warmer today even though the water temperature is 55, 54, 55. The wind's coming right over it too, but it doesn't feel that cold, so I don't need the vest this morning. Part of it is probably because I'm closer to land, so the tree cover is heating things up. Pick up the speed a little bit. I was only going about 6. I'd like to get it up around 7. I have to be careful I don't lose my cap. There's enough breeze coming over the bow that a gust could pull that off. It doesn't have a real tight fit. So beautiful cliffs, nice high cliffs. I'll just turn a little bit so you can see there you can see that cliff up ahead. I'll be going down that way in a minute, but I need to follow the channel here. And right ahead there you can see the resort coming up. Just to see some docks or riffraff there to keep the waves from, I suppose the shore is kind of sandy, so to try to keep that from washing away, they've reinforced. I think I'll go ahead and, well, we'll wait until we get past the resort here. And then I'll go ahead and shut your cameras down, start you up again when we get closer to where we're going. Well, there's a pickup there, so somebody's around. Looks like a pretty nice place. Well, it's, I think, supposed to be a fish camp, but I haven't seen any boats from the camp as far as I can tell. I see there's a truck there with a trailer behind it, so probably they bring their own boats. I think there's 4 cabins if I recall. Boy, that's a steep cliff. They picked their site really well for the beauty of the location. Hard to beat. Well, there's a couple of pickups. Well, there's a 4-wheeler and a few other vehicles, but no people. Looks like they got a big structure going in behind there. Looks like plastic covered. I don't know what that's about, but maybe it's not being operated as a fish camp anymore, although the cabins look pretty good condition, but maybe they just rent individually. Unfortunately, the cliff here is pretty dark, so a picture won't do it justice right now. Later in the day with the sun up, it would be more interesting. All right, I think I need to shut you off for now. We'll have to see if I can get that under the bridge or not. 6 feet above the ground, or the top of the Bimini. We'll just have to look. So, bridge is ahead, you can see it, and I have no idea how high it is above the water. I'm guessing that it's higher than it looks, but we will find out very shortly. I may have to take the P2 down if it looks like it's gonna hit, but my puny little boat should go under that, I think. And then our anchorage is just down, I think, less than half a mile from the bridge. So pretty much stay in the middle. It's really hard to tell though, the height. Really hard to tell. Well, I think I'm going to have to take the P2 down for sure, so you won't have that view. We'll give that back to you in a minute. And I don't know if I want to take the solar panels off. Oh, I don't know. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get through here. Nope, not going to be able to get under. There's a hole on the end, but you know, I don't know how much current there is. That beam in the middle, sure as heck I'll just clear everything off if I do that. I don't know why they didn't make that bridge a little higher. Well, that shoots a good part of the trip. Small fishing boats can get through there, but nobody else. Well, I guess I'll put you back up. Well, we'll have to go back. It's disappointing. So we'll go back here about a half mile and park where that's about 3 days that I probably would have used. It's unfortunate, but it was a gamble and I knew that. So we may not be out here as long as I thought. The boat might have fit if the Bimini was down, but I've got the solar panels up there and I don't want to take those down. It's a time-consuming process, and then I still have the stack, although I could take the stack down too. It's just too much hassle, and then it's still a risk. If you're off by a couple of inches and there's a current, there's no way you're going to stop it. Better not to try when it's that close. Well, that means really cuts things short. Or we can just do a lot more layover, but we'll see with this place that I'm going to. I don't know. Well, at least the sun's out. It's a bright and shiny day, and the wind actually isn't as bad as I thought. Of course, now I'm going downwind, but based on the forecast, I'll just park behind this hook down here, just over half a mile. And let's see, we've got, it's just unfortunate that bridge, I don't think there was maybe 7 feet clearance possibly, and I'm over 8, I know that. I think to the top of the bimini, and then with the camera up, it's probably another 4. So I needed about 12 feet anyway, 10 to 12, and I could have gotten under. It is what it is. So we'll get up here, get anchored, and we'll just spend more time going back. Somebody might have had that bridge information, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And then they said the water's high right now. I probably is. Of course, that doesn't help, because they said quite a few of the sandy beaches were covered with water. So if it's up maybe a foot, foot and a half, who knows, that might have been enough to get under if I took the camera down. I still probably would have to take the bimini down, because I haven't seen any really good beaches. When Lost Lakes came by here in the fall, I don't know which fall, but there were a lot of sandy beaches. Just go around this hook here and we'll park. It's kind of open to the northeast, but they were saying the winds were west or northwest today. So I think I'll be okay. Now, there's a little gust coming. Just around the corner on the right, I can go close to the end. There's pretty deep water. That's a little island off to the right there too. The sun shining through the top of the trees or the aspen. Well, we'll see how calm it is behind this hook. I'm hoping this will be adequate. Just soon not backtrack any further. 30 feet. Better go out a little further here. There's only 21 feet there. Big ridge that came up. All right. All right, here's our anchorage. We'll go up there where it's calm on the right, 23 feet. It's not supposed to be that shallow. Got a big hump there. We better go in slow. I don't trust this map. It's supposed to be accurate, but I don't think it's very accurate. You know, now it's 68 feet. You know, there's up and down. There's a big ridge there. The ridge may be associated with that hook, but over there to the right is where I'm planning to go. It should be shallow enough in there. We'll hang current course and then hang at the right to the right as I get in here. Try to get, I usually shoot for 8 to 10 feet. 8 feet would be nice. That way I don't have to put out as much road. It's calm in here, so it should work. A bit over here. It gets shallow fast, so I gotta be prepared for going from 80, 77 feet, and it'll go right up fast. Here, there it comes. Up to 15 feet. 23 feet, 20 feet, 13 feet, 14 feet. Looks like I can't get much closer here, so it looks pretty flat. At 15 feet, I'm gonna have to let out a lot of road, so I better give myself more swing room here. 15.8, that looks rocky down there. Maybe this is gonna be too shallow, too deep. I don't have enough swing room here. Okay, let's try this way a little bit. Flatter bottom. I don't know, 17 feet. It's supposed to get shallow, but I don't see it. Let's try a little bit further. 22 feet. This whole area is a lot deeper than what they're showing. That's not gonna help. All right, where do I go? What do I do here? See, this is 25 feet. It's supposed to be like 4 feet. All right, what do I have over behind this island? It's a lot deeper than I anticipated. All right, I think what I should do is go back, and as soon as I get 14 feet, park over there. It's going to be a lot of road, but better to do that than that island is too small to provide enough protection, and the depth doesn't look good either there. So, well, folks, I'm running out of probably power in the cameras, and I'm not sure I'm any better off here. Where I don't know what the bottom's like here either. So, yeah, see, it's showing 20 feet. You know, I'd have to have, you know, I don't have enough. It's not good enough here to work with. I thought for sure this would be adequate. It will not be. Moving on. We'll try another spot. Yeah, there was a peak, but that's not a place to anchor. came up to 12, 14 feet, but all right, let's see. Let's go check this island out. Maybe this will fare better. If not, we'll have to look elsewhere. I was sure that was going to be a good spot based on the shallow depths they were showing, but nope. This island isn't that big, but maybe I can find enough of a wind shadow. There's some depths behind this they show it deep, 16 feet, well, deeper, and then it comes up to 8, but so far these depths have not been accurate. Okay, it's coming up. See, it's 50 feet, and it shouldn't even be close to that according to the depth on the chart, 52 feet. I have a feeling the whole thing in this area is deep. Yeah, this isn't going to help. Can't believe it. I'm not being able to do near as much as I had hoped. And that gets shallow there. Came up to 20 feet. So there are some shallower areas in here. 17 feet. What's next? Well, the camera probably going to give out on me, but just stick with me as long as you can. I'm still looking for a spot. Not having any luck. Might be why there's not a lot of boats up here. All right, there's another spot that I saw around the corner down here, so I'll take a look at that. Came up to 13 feet there for a moment. Boy, a lot of these shoals are not even marked. It's almost dangerous to have a chart that you think is accurate and it's not. I need to get out in the channel here. Lord, I need a spot to anchor. Help me to find something that will work. All right, now we're in the deep. I don't think it's too far. All right, about a half a mile down here. There's another potential spot, but it's narrow, so we'll just have to see. There's a couple of options here. There's some islands off to the right. You can see those. I could hide behind one of those, a longer one. It's a little open to the northeast, but it may be inadequate. The other one is on my left, around this point that's coming up on our left, but it's pretty tight. Unless I get shallow water, it's not going to probably work. Still haven't seen any bald eagles. I thought I saw maybe an immature yesterday, but couldn't be sure. Always amazes me as you go east. Temagami was the same way, no eagles, or at least very few. Well, we'll see what this shows for us here. Well, around this corner to the left, it's a possibility. We'll just have to look. The road goes fairly close by though, so I'm not sure if that's desirable. There's probably very little traffic on it. So we'll poke our nose in here and see what we got. 16 feet already. Well, that's a peak off the end of that peninsula. This is a little bigger bay than I anticipated. And if I can get the depths I need, it should work. I don't really try to anchor when it's over 15 feet. It's fairly calm and it should work if I can get the depth. It might be too deep again, 32 feet, and I'm already getting too close to have much swing room. Might end up going back to where I was. This is ridiculous, 32 feet here. Yeah, that's exposed too. So this isn't gonna work. Wind is pushing me right down in here. Well, that's a no-go. Here we go again. Try over behind the island. It's probably more desirable anyway, so we'll try this one, this small island first. Yeah, we'll try this. There may not be enough wind shadow here, but we'll try it. Wind is off the west-northwest. It's getting harder and harder to find a spot. Deep, still deep. Boy, I don't know. Not going to be able to anchor here either. It says 2 feet on the chart, 66 feet on the depth sounder. But I'm not going to try going between here because that's looks like it comes up there. It's probably pretty shallow in there, but there's a slot, so that's not going to work. Comes up to 20 feet there, but that's just not good. Really disappointed I'm not getting. Okay, that looks like the P2 has quit anyway, so I don't know, probably both of you are dead. Not going to work either. I think that's not going to get shallow enough. Everything's too deep. Looking for a possibility of going ashore too, but nothing very desirable. 19. Deep right off this island. It's 50 feet. Too deep to anchor. Just keep moving back. We might end up having to go all the way back. That'll be disappointing. The steep ridge that comes right out of the bottom here. It's amazing that they have these inaccurate depths. I'm in 2 to 4 feet of water and it's saying 70 feet on here. Something's not right. And I don't think it's going to get any shallower. What a disappointment. I kind of get an idea why this lake is not very busy. Depths are completely inaccurate. Coming up to 40 feet, but that's almost to the end of the island here. I don't remember seeing anything else that would work. Just too deep. Lord, I need a place. I'm not finding anything. You can see the waves, whitecaps out there in the channel coming around the point. A lot of wind. I'm hoping that this particular place I'm tied up will hold. I just have a bow tie to a birch tree and a stern anchor out. It's been blowing me around even in here, but because the winds are really squirrely in front of this huge cliff, which I'll show you. It's looking kind of south. And then there's this cliff behind me. And the winds coming from the northwest are kind of swirling around that at the front of that face of that cliff, and sometimes those eddies come down and hit me on the side of the boat. So it's been bouncing me around, but so far it seems to be holding okay. I hope it continues. Alright, it's gotten worse here. The wind and the waves is coming around the corner here and rocking the boat. I'm not sure if this is going to be tenable or not. This is not good. Trying to film it a little bit here, but the boat's rocking quite a bit. You can see the waves coming around the corner.